So this is regarding the August tute which we have issued in August for science class. විද්‍යාව ළමයින්ට අපි August වල issue කරපු එක මේකේ තියෙන interactive tute එක. මේකේ here actually it has different things about the basically energy. So what you need to do is you have to complete this, and mostly you can see like some activities are basically related to like lower grades in international level. It is basically in the lower grades, but you need to complete this because this is what we expect in this level. So please complete the activity and you can put your name also. Chaniru, have you completed this?
Yes, sir.
Everything, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So I'm not going to discuss this today because like like some of the students have not yet completed. I will let them complete it first. Okay, with that I will be moving to the next, but please complete the tute and send it to me, and that is up to you now. After all of the students complete this class, I will the tute I will discuss that, and that you can keep forever and complete it. You can try it again and again, then that will definitely improve your knowledge. Exam එක ලං වෙලා මේ tutes ටික ආයෙ සැරයක් කරන්න. එතකොට ඔයාලට හොඳ knowledge එකක් ගන්න වගේම මේක පාඩම් වෙනකම්ම කරන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඔයාලට lazy exam එකට face කරන්න. ඊළඟට අපි යමු next lesson එකට. ඇත්තටම like we what we were discussing about the energy in this chapter, and we learned different ways of generating energy, like different mechanisms, wind, and also turbine which can be used, water can be used, and steam engines. And also you can see this one is basically again like here you can use this setup to generate energy using hydropower. So but at least you need to use 12 volt motor here volt 10ක වගේ motor එකක් sorry volt 12ක වගේ එකක් use කරා නම් ඔයාලට වැඩි කරකවන්නේ නැතුවම මේකෙන් energy එක generate කරගන්න පුළුවන්. And this generated energy you can use it to charge a battery, or you can use it to basically light up a LED. And the sea waves, sorry, tidal waves are another mechanism of generating energy. The May මාසේ අපි 30th ගෙන් තව දවස් 6කින් අපේ trip එක තියෙනවා. ඔයාලටත් කැමති නම් join වෙන්න පුළුවන් පුතේ. අහුන්ගල්ලේ තියෙන්නේ. Like if you like you can join because we will do this experiment in the beach. අපි beach එකේ දැන් මේවා හදාගෙන යනවා පුතේ. steam එකේ මේ ටික හදාගෙන ගිහිල්ලා අපි beach එකේ දැන් මේ sea waves, tidal waves එකෙන් generate energy generate කරන එක, wind energy generator, ඊළඟට hydropower energy, ඊළඟට ඔය මේ ලුණු ලේවායක කොහොමද ක්‍රියාවලිය වෙන්නේ, ඒ වගේ අපි ඒ setups ටික හදාගෙන යනවා මුහුද ආශ්‍රිතව කරන ක්‍රියාකාරකම්. මේ ඊට පස්සේ ඒකට මේ energy generation උත් අයිති. wind turbine, tidal waves ඒ වගේ generate කරන එකත් අයිති. අපි ඒක يعني අහුන්ගල්ලේ අපි ඒකට වෙනමම මේ හොටෙල් එකක් රිසර්ව් කරලා යන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ හොටෙල් එකේ ඔයාලටත් එන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි ඔයාලට දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉන්නේ online class එකේ හින්දා you have to arrange your own way of transportation. මොකද අපි මෙහි physical center වල ළමයි ටික එහෙමම අරන් යනවා. දැන් online එක වෙනවනේ යන්නේ. physical centers වල ළමයි අපි බස් එකේ අරන් යනවා. ඔයාලටත් අවශ්‍ය නම් join වෙන්න පුළුවන්. අහුන්ගල්ලට එන්න පුළුවන් නම් personal vehicle එක then you can join. හරි. එතකොට ඔය විදිහට තමයි අපේ මේ පාර මේ යන්නේ field trip එක. ඉතින් ඒකේ ගොඩක් ඒවා තියෙනවා. not only this මේකේ තියෙනවා තව අර මේ තාරකා රට අඳුර ගන්න එක, ඊළඟට international space station අන්තර්ජාතික අභ්‍යවකාශ මධ්‍යස්ථානයේ ඒක monitor කරන එක, ඊට පස්සේ night sky photography, ඊළඟට ඔය drone piloting, ඊළඟට ඔය energy generation part එක, ඊළඟට sample collection and study in ecosystem එකක් study කරන එක sample collection කරලා. ඒ වගේ ගොඩක් parts මෙතන ඒකේ තියෙනවා. We will do all these things in the field trip. That is not just a trip, that will be a kind of experimental tour. So therefore, if you really like, you can also tell me.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Nikula.
How much is that trip?
Sorry? Little, yes.
To to the trip?
Per day, our outing package again 3,500. Outing packages is 3,500 because like we will provide meals from the hotel, refreshment, everything will be provided by the hotel, and all the activities that we do, that will be the charge, and you have to arrange your own transportation. That is the only problem. The wala gampaha apo veyangoda awata nan api mehem bus එකක් යනවා. Right, ඒ කියන්නේ gampaha hadawata veyangoda kiribadgoda then කොහෙද හෝමාගම ඔය route එකේ යනවා. So they are like we have the transportation mechanism for that road. We have transportation, but air in my goal මාතර පැත්තේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ කැන්ඩි ඒ වගේ පැතිවල ඉන්නවනම් you need to come to Ahungal either directly, or you can come to Veyangodo, Nittavu, and get the transportation arranged. So that is another thing if you are far away from the. So that thing is there. But including with the transportation, it is only like for transportation we will only charge 500 rupees. It's a very small amount, a nominal amount. But for the outing, like we need to pay the hotel per person 3,500. So that's all. Okay. Then geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is basically, you know, like අර මං කිව්වා උණු වතුර වලින් එහෙම තියෙනවා මේ ඩ්‍රින්ක් ඕවල් එහෙම ඒ වගේ සමහර ප්‍රදේශවල මේ පොළවේ මේ ස්ටීම්ස් ජෙනරේට් වෙනවා. ඒ පොළවේ තියෙන රස්නේ හින්දා වාෂ්ප වතුර වාෂ්ප වෙනවා. මේ විශාල රස්නයක් තියෙන හින්දා ඒ වගේ තැන්වල තමයි මේ geothermal energy generate කරන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, some countries are having these geothermal plants. Nuclear energy is one popular solution, as we discussed last year. Nuclear energy is like this is like nuclear reactions are happening even in the sun. There are some nuclear reactions, and here basically helium related reactions. Just search some reaction. Okay, the core of the sun is like basically hydrogen base, and it's converting is into helium, and this is basically a nuclear fusion. So through that it generates the energy for the sun. අපිට ඉරෙන්නේ හම්බෙන්නේ. the sun ඉරේ තියෙන්නේ ඒ වගේ reaction එකක්. හැබැයි අපි දැන් පෘථිවිය හදාගෙන තියෙනවා scientistලා like they have built a mechanism to recreate some similar reactions and generate the energy, but this can be a dangerous thing because it is explosive. It's highly explosive. ඒ වගේ දේවල් විපිරීම් සිදු වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම nuclear reactions මිනිස්සුන්ට තාම නරක විදිහට බලපාන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හින්දා මේවා ටිකක් මිනිස් වාසයෙන් ඈත තමයි මේවා තියෙන්නේ. Sri Lanka is a small country, therefore the practically doing this might be difficult unless if it is done in ocean. But land areas are crowded, so it's not safe to do that in land area under some certain circumstances, because like we are a small country. Okay, sustainable energy sources are also really essential because this energy generated for like in history, especially this crude oil and fossil fuels, going to be over. Therefore, we need to find out a new source of energy, and people are looking into that as well. And then again, so we learn about the biogas, biomass. So biogas can be an alternative to the fossil fuel or the gas generated, but generating biogas can be a little difficult. But still, there are. You can see this is basically a helicopter which use this ethanol kind of alcohol too. It's a biofuel which can be used for basically transportations and vehicles energy generation. Okay, with that the particular part is summarized again, and then let's move to the light and vision lesson, which is chapter number 5. So basically light is considered as a form of energy because we have learned about the matter and energy. So can you tell me the difference between matter and energy? Yes, anyone, can you tell me the difference between matter and energy?
Matter have a mass and occupy space.
And energy does not have a mass and don't occupy space.
Energy doesn't have
A mass or don't occupy space.
it's not having mass and not occupy space. That is energy. It's a source of power which it's not having mass, not occupying energy. Then matter
Having a mass and not occupying energy, occupying space.
having actually matter having mass and occupying space. ඉඩක් ගන්න සහ ඒ වගේම ස්කන්ධයක් බරක් තියෙන දේවල් අපි ද්‍රව්‍ය විදිහට හඳුන්වනවා. ශක්තියින් විදිහට හඳුන්වන්නේ ඉඩක් basically ඉඩක් ගන්නෙ නැහැ වගේම යා ස්කන්ධයක් බරක් නැති දේවල් තමයි අපි ද්‍රව්‍ය විදිහට හඳුන්වන්නේ. That is what the okay. So why you are late today into the class? So please try to come on time, right? වෙලා යන්නේ නැතුව එන්න බලන්න class එකට. මේ කාගෙද මේ ලක්මාලි I can see some old old IDs මේ I don't know චුට්ටක් බලන්න. I can see some
I will check, sir.
because like I'm prompted basically for some reason they will be disconnected in the middle, right? So you have to acknowledge them, otherwise they will be disconnected in the middle if they are
Okay.
ඒක මට කියන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ සමහරට නිකම්ම කියන්න නැතුවම disconnect. Okay, so how we see is is because of the light. Light is basically we call there is something called electromagnetic spectrum. Have you heard of that? Electromagnetic spectrum? කවුද අහලා තියෙන්නේ? Electromagnetic spectrum කියලා එකක් ගැන. නැත්නම් විද්‍යුත් චුම්බක electromagnetic spectrum මොකක්ද කියන්නේ විද්‍යුත් චුම්බක තරංග සහිත range එකක් frequency range එකක් සංඛ්‍යා.
It's around the two tops of the world, two
Sorry?
walls of world.
Who?
Is it?
No. So here, like electromagnetic spectrum is the full spectrums of like signals where you can see electromagnetic spectrum is basically a set of waves, energy waves around us, and actually here you can see so different things. Type of electromagnetic radiations. Basically here you can see the TV radio signals. Frequency is low. Then the microwaves. Then infrared. Infrared is also not visible. Infrared කියන්නේ අදෝරක්ත කිරණ. අදෝරක්ත කිරණ අපිට පේන්නේ ඔය infrared cameras වල එහෙම තියෙනවා. CCTV cameras වල වටේට දැකලා තියෙන lights තියෙනවා.
Yes, sir.
මේ වගේ වටේට
Yes, sir.
infrared bulbs තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒවා පත්තු වෙනවා පේනවද?
No.
Can you see? You cannot see them, right? මේවා පත්තු වෙනවා පේන්නේ. හැබැයි කැමරාවකින් බැලුවොත් පේනවා. If you see through a camera, then you can see. But this infrared light is really like it's a light source. The camera වලට මේක පේනවා අපිට පේන්නේ නැති වුණා. හරිද? ඒ හින්දා මේ infrared light වලින් රාත්‍රියට පේනවා. අපි කියන night vision කියලා. You can see at the night. රාත්‍රියට පේනවා. හින්දා අපි night vision කියලා කියනවා. අතන මේ infrared light ඒවා තියෙන්නේ මේ විද්‍යුත් චුම්බක වර්ණාවලියේ තරංග වර්ණාවලියේ විද්‍යුත් චුම්බක තරංග වලදී ඒකේ තියෙන මේ අඩු frequency එකක් තමයි infrared. ඊට පස්සේ තියෙන range එක අපිට පේනවා. Red, yellow, green, cyan, blue, magenta. This thing we can see. This is where the visible light comes. It was මේ visible light එකට පස්සේ ultraviolet. හරි. පාරජම්බූල කිරණ තියෙනවා. අදෝරක්ත කිරණ ඊට පස්සේ අපේ visible එක ඊට පස්සේ ultraviolet පාරජම්බූල කිරණ තියෙනවා. ඊටත් වැඩි frequency එක x-ray තියෙනවා. x-ray වලට අපි මේ සමහරහා ගමන් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක තමයි විශේෂත්වය. සමහරහා ගිහිල්ලා අස්තිවල වදින්න පුළුවන්. අස්තිවල වැදිලා ඒක නවතින හින්දා අපිට x-rays ගන්න මේ x-ray කිරණ උදව් වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ බොඩි එක ඇතුලේ තියෙන දේවල් ඇටකටු අපිට බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. තේන්නේ නැහැ නැත්තම්. But these x-rays are x-ray කියන්නේ විකිරණශීලීත්වය වැඩි ඉතින් උනට අපේ ඇඟ ඇතුලට ගමන් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකට ultraviolet වලට වැඩිය powerful. Then after that you can see there are gamma rays. Cancer cells එහෙම මේවා කරන්න gamma rays කියන්නේ පොඩක් මේ කිරණශීලීත්වය වැඩි වෙන කොණ්ඩේ එහෙම සමහරවල්ලාට treatments වලදී අනේ ඒවා ඒ වගේ දේවල් තියෙනවා drugs වලට එහෙම ඒ වගේ. ඒ වගේම gamma rays වලින් cells විනාශ කරන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි මේක හිතාමතා ගන්න කැන්සර් සෙල්ස් විනාශ කරන්න. හොඳ සෙල්ස් විනාශ කරන්නේ නෙවෙයි. ගැමා කිරණ වලින් මේ පුළුවන් කැන්සර්. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ වගේ අපේ ඇඟේ අපි හඳුනාගත්තොත් මෙතන තියෙන සෛල අයින් කරන්න ඕන කියලා. තියෙන සෛල විනාශ කරන්න ඕන කියලා අපිට පුළුවන් gamma rays පාවිච්චි කරන්න. These gamma rays are basically high frequencies which are dangerous. ඉතින් ඔය වගේ අපිට තියෙනවා මේ electromagnetic spectrum. So I think you can just copy down. This is very important essential part. I will add this to the tute as well. Lakmali, I think you need to note down. I will send you the link. Please add this to the tute when you are releasing this. When you are releasing the September one, right?
Okay, sir.
I have sent you the link. Please bookmark it and keep it.
I got it, sir.
It's very important. And there are some other pictures also, but the previous one is self-explanatory. It's easy to understand.
Okay, sir.
And this one is another explanation of these waves. And you can see the radio waves. Radio taranga tama ඒවා සංඛ්‍යාතේ ගොඩක් අඩුයි. අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් FM එහෙම අහන්නේ ඔය රේඩියෝ තරංගවල. Frequency modulated FM channels එහෙම අහන්නේ. Radio signals වලින්. Then after that you have the here TV signals, radio signals, after that mobile phone signals, then the microwaves, then the infrared, and after that the visible light. Visible light and ultraviolet, X-ray and gamma rays are there. This is basically the radiation of alpha, beta and gamma rays are really high. But here radiation, මේ වගේ radiation එක අඩුයි. මේ සංඛ්‍යාතේ වැඩි හින්දා තමයි මේක radiation එක වැඩි කියලා ගොඩක් වෙලා අපි දන්නේ. Okay, now we have clear idea about what is this electromagnetic spectrum. Right? Electromagnetic spectrum. So what is the Sinhala meaning, by the way? See the Sinhala meaning. විද්‍යුත් චුම්බක වර්ණාවලිය තමයි. වර්ණාවලිය කියන එකට මම එච්චරම කැමති නැහැ. මොකද හැම එකම පාට නෙවෙයි. හැබැයි මෙතන දීලා තියෙන වර්ණාවලිය කියන එක තමයි. Electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, you will be given this part in the tute. Meanwhile, you can, for the moment, you can take a screenshot of this. Okay, today's lesson we are going to discuss about this visible area, not even the infrared. Infrared පාවිච්චි කරනවා හැබැයි පුතේ photography වලට. Here, infrared can be used for photography. Even though we cannot see infrared, cameras can see that. No? Therefore, we can use this special infrared filter which will filter other light and allow the infrared to pass. Infrared filter කියලා කියන්නේ අනිත් කිරණ වලට යන්න දෙන්නේ නැතුව infrared වලට විතරක් එන්න දෙනවා. ඒතකොට infrared වලින් ලෝකේ පේන හැටි තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. That's called infrared photography. Infrared filter කියලා කියනවා අපි ඒවට. We can use an infrared filter for photography. And here you can see මේ infrared filter එකෙන් සාමාන්‍ය color යන්නේ නැහැ පුතේ. මේ color lights යන්නේ නැහැ. මේ බලන්න පොසොන්ට එහෙම පේන්නේ මෙහෙම. ඒගොල්ලන්ට colors කීපයක් පේනවා. You can see this is not really transmitted. Instead of that you can see a white color. ඒතර infrared filter එකක් මේ වගේ එකක් use කරොත් අපි infrared filter for lens for camera කියලා ගත්තා. mobile phone වලටත් පුළුවන් මේක ගන්න. infrared filter lens for camera කියලා මොනවද? Here this is what the infrared lens filter. And this is called infrared lens filter. So making a balloon to on the pen with the when you put this infrared lens and take photographs, the camera will see that and you will see ultimately this color image at the end. And after the pain part anyway. That is the difference. Okay. Now let's move to the next part. And the visible light here you can see, so very small setup. So what they are asking, cut a hole at the center of the lid similar to the size of 50 cent coin. 750 කාසි දැන් ඔයාලා දැකලත් නැහැ. 750 රුපියලක් වගේ තමයි දැක්කේ. ඒ පොඩි සිදුරක් හදන්න ඕන මේකේ මැද්දේ. And cut another small hole in the side of the wall. Now keep small object in the middle of the box and close the lid. Then close the hole on top and lid 1 rupee coin. First observe the object through the hole side of the box. Now tell me your friends to identify the object by looking through the same hole. හරි. මෙතන මේ වගේ වැඩක් කරන්න. දැන් මෙතන පෙට්ටියක් හදලා මේකේ සිදුරු දෙකක් හදනවා. එක සිදුරක් ටිකක් කුණු ටිකක් රවුන්ඩ් සිදුරක්. මේ 750 කාසියක් අපිට රුපියල් 100ක් කියලා හිතමු. ඊට පස්සේ ඊට වැඩි ටිකක් උඩා සිදුරක් මෙතනින් බලන්න නිරීක්ෂණ සිදුර මෙතන small hole. This is for just looking at the object. ඇතුළට මොන හරි object එකක් දාලා අපිට පුළුවන් ඉස්සර මේ සිදුර වහලා බලන්න. මොන වගේ වෙයිද සිදුර වහලා බැලුවොත්? What will happen?
We can't see.
We cannot see anything
We cannot see anything. What's the reason?
No light.
because the light is not inside the box.
Because light is not falling into the box. Box එක ඇතුළට light එක වැටෙන්නේ. But when you remove this, so some light will fall into the box, so you can slowly identify the object. Okay. This experiment will prove that in order to give us the vision, the light is really essential. So when light is present only, we can see. So if the entire world is dark and no light, so imagine what will happen if the entire world is dark and no light. Some reason. It may be දැන් එහෙම තිබ්බා එක කියන්නේ ඩාර්ක්ම නෙවෙයි. අර එක සැරයක් ඔය දුමක් ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්දියාවේ අපේ වැහිලා තිබ්බ මතකද? ඉන්දියාව පැත්තෙන් දුමක් ඇවිල්ලා ඉරේලිය වැටෙන්නේ නැතුව වැහිලා තිබ්බා. හැබැයි ඒක එහෙම ඉරේලිය වැටුනේ නැති වුණාට ඔය වලාකුළු අතරින් ඉරේලිය එනවා. හරි. So in between these clouds, sunlight will fall. But imagine that if nothing is there. Have you experienced solar eclipse? Solar eclipse බලලා තියෙනවද ඔයාලා? ඔයාලගේ ජීවිතේට හම්බෙලා තියෙනවද solar eclipse? කියන්නේ සූර්යග්‍රහණ. Solar eclipse.
Yes.
Anyone experience?
Yes,
When?
sir.
Which year? Can you remember the year? No. Okay, recently there was one, but it's partial one, the full makeup but there was a partial one. So basically, the next will be, there will be another one. Here you can see the solar eclipse calendar. Solar eclipse calendar. And we will be able to see some solar eclipses are partial, some solar eclipses are full. But recently we saw one full solar eclipse. And here this is the prediction of solar eclipse during next 10 years. And total solar eclipse is expected by here in this range. You can see, but some ranges we are in our range, we cannot see much, right? Yeah. Even in 2030, here make a samata me 2027 total solar eclipse එකක් තියෙනවා. Sometimes it's partially visible to us, not fully. මේ අපි ඈත ඉන්න අපේ හරහා අපේට පේන range එකේ නැහැ. මේ මාක් කරලා තියෙන පේන range එක. This is the basically solar eclipse calendar, which is අපිට පොඩ්ඩක් හරි close එකක් තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න මෙතන තියෙන 7th and 10th. 10th is in 2030, 7th is in 2027. Then lunar eclipse can චන්ද්‍රග්‍රහණනේ ඒවනම් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් තියෙනවා. ඒ චන්ද්‍රග්‍රහණ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් you can see in 2025 there will be one. 2000 here, 2024 March. There are more, right, for lunar, but the solar, you can see solar is very difficult to see. Okay, and you can check Asia for next. You can see the history. Okay, let's say you can predict this in 2020 to 29. Basically, you can see some. No, this one. This is all right. This is we have already experienced 2022 partial solar eclipse. 2023, no, it's not much visible. Nothing closer to this. But let's see in 2024, 42. You can use this timeanddate.com, right? That is the website. And you can see something here like it's little closer, but in 2042 කියන්නේ දැන් ඔයාලගේ වයස 12යි නේද?
32 must.
32 වෙනවද? ඔව්නේ.
It should be.
Yeah, it could be like you're too old, you're grown up. That is what you can expect to see, right? That is a bit closer. But ඒකෙත් මෙතන edge එක අපිටම ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ. And let's see what will happen when you are like in 40s. Can you see that prediction? Still something closer. You can see it's going on 2053. Then you are in 40s and maybe I'll not be here to see that and witness that. And this one is going to the India. This is 64. Then you are in your 50s and 60s. So that's the nature, right? Anyway, because you cannot create these are natural phenomena. We cannot create that, but anyway, you can see these are here. This one is much visible, seems. Okay. Anyway, go to the calendar and see then. Just see when it is the next. 2022, we were able to see a partial one. Right? Partial one. Okay. Let's move to the point now. Anyway, when sunlight or when any light source, it can be sunlight. Sunlight is the primary source of light. Really, the solar system light produce we can use the energy to produce light, right? So some countries, like I have seen countries like Singapore, they are gardening underground, so sunlight is not falling into the underground surfaces. Therefore, they generate, or they are artificially generating the light. කෘතිමව ආලෝකය හදාගෙන තමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට underground බගා කරන එක කරන්නේ. සමහර තැන්වල ඒගොල්ලෝ underground පොඩි gardens තියෙනවා. Small gardens underground. So sunlight is not falling. So how they maintain, they are using artificial lights. Okay. Anyway, light is really essential for us to see. Therefore, in order to identify the objects, we need light. But our vision is something like impaired or something disturbed in the night due to the absence of sunlight. අපේ පෙනීමට සුළු බාධාවක් සිදු නෙමෙයි. ඉතින් සෑහෙන බාධාවක් සිදු වෙනවා රාත්‍රියේදී. හේතුව රාත්‍රියේදී හිරු එළිය නැහැ. හඳ එළිය තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක ඉර එළිය නැහැ. හඳ එළිය කියන්නේ ඉරෙන් ලැබෙන එළියමනේ. පරාවර්තනය වෙලා එන්නේ. හරි. ඒකෙන්ද ඉර එළිය නැහැ. එතකොට රැයට පොඩි ගැටලුවක් අපිට එනවා. These impairments or the issues might come because we cannot see them properly. But now actually we have some other mechanism. We can generate the light. Even cricket matches and football matches, these things are there in the night. Because ground can be lightened using artificial lights. Then you can see. Okay. Then basically another thing is when you expose to more light also, the vision will be disturbed. ඉරේලිය ගොඩාක් අද තැනකට ගිහිල්ලා අහස බලන්න ගියොත් ඒක අමාරුයි. එතකොටත් අපිට ආලෝකය වැඩි හින්දා අමාරුයි. Like too much light is also a problem. සමහරවිට ස්ටේජ් එකක ලයිට් එකක් ගහලා තියෙද්දි ඔඩියන්ස් එක පැත්තට නැත්නම් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ස්ටේජ් වල නගිනකොට ස්ටේජ් එකට ලයිට් එකක් දාලා තියෙනවා. ඒතර ස්ටේජ් එකේ ඉන්න කෙනාට ඔඩියන්ස් එක පේන්නේ නැහැ. Stage cannot, because the lights are so powerful. Right? So when light is powerful and it is presence also, there's a problem. If it is too powerful, you will not be able to see. And if it is too weak also, you will not be able to see. So we need to study some properties of light. Okay, under this, okay, see, let's say, so what are the properties and how light can be generated? So here you can see a light bulb and a light lamp. Can you tell me how this can be generated? Some more ways of generating light? Yes? Some more ways of generating light?
By using hydropower energy.
Yeah, hydropower energy can be converted to electricity. And through that, you can convert light. Anything else?
Solar energy. From using solar energy.
Solar energy. Okay. So you can tell different energies.
By using fossil fuels.
Fossil fuel, solar energy, nuclear energy. Likewise, we discussed in the energy chapter. We have discussed there are many ways. Anyway, we need to generate by converting some other energy source. When energy source එක convert කළා තමයි අපිට ආලෝකය හදා ගන්න වෙන්නේ. Right? There are many. Okay, then not only that, there are like chemical reactions which forms electricity. Have you seen firefly?
Yes.
Have you seen firefly? So firefly, it has a like capability. Also, light emitting mushrooms. There are light emitting mushrooms, not artificial. These are natural mushrooms. Light emitting mushrooms. So these are real. So there are artificial ones also, but these are real. So here you can see, so light emitting mushrooms, and there are some algae types emitting light. Here, these are light emitting mushrooms, can be found in some forests. These are emitting a glowing color, glowing light. So these are because of a chemical, this is because of the chemical reaction, and also firefly. And have you seen light emitting beach? Yes. Light emitting beach.
Yes, sir.
Where?
In the Google.
In Google. Okay. This is basically one place where different algae type here basically this is called spa, like Amazon place where it's basically the beach is glowing. Beach is glowing. That is called bioluminescent beach. Bioluminescent beach. In India also there are bioluminescent beach. Here this one is bioluminescent. In Mumbai, they have a bioluminescent beach. So find out what is the reason. Here in the Goa also, like bioluminescent beach is there. So find out the reason why these beaches are glowing. And I will keep that to you. Read this, find out, not now.
There is algae.
Sorry?
There is algae on those beaches.
Okay. Type of algae, yes. But there are many other reasons also. Right? Basically, algae is one reason that is true. And there are some others like species called phytoplankton. Phytoplanktons are also other than the algae, phytoplanktons are also capable of illuminating. These are basically aquatic species, jellyfish-like species. You can even emit, right? So because there can be many reasons. So you just check like basically bio it is basically sometimes these ecosystems can be poisonous as well, harmful. Sometimes these ecosystems can be harmful, but normally in certain cases it's not that much. But the thing is, like if it can be due to imbalance of a certain species that is heavily spread in the particular area, so that can be harmful. Okay, so just see what are these things. So then let's move to light emitting mushrooms, firefly. They are also capable of emitting lights. So basically there are two kinds of objects called luminous and non-luminous objects. Luminous objects are capable of, right? They are capable of generating their own light. Luminous. Pratidipta. Deeptimat vastu. ඒවට පුළුවන් තමන්ගෙම කියලා ආලෝකයක් හදාගන්න. These objects which can produce their own light, we call them luminous. Non-luminous objects. These non-luminous objects are not capable of like which do not emit light, we call non-luminous. These are not capable of generating light. Okay, then example, we see when we see the bright moon at the night sky, because of this you must have thought that the luminous object, but moon does not emit light. It's not luminous. Then what will happen? Yes, how moon give lights? Moon,
From the light coming from the sun.
yeah, light coming from the sun is falling into the surface of the moon, and that emits light. That is not emitting light, that reflects light. That is why you can see moon as a luminous object, but actually speaking, moon is not a luminous object. Recently, you know, the moon, like there was a research or there was an experiment done by India on moon, while land in the Chandrayaan-3, right? And they have achieved up to some level. They have improved themselves now. They are doing this space explorations and all. And you also need to think about doing innovative things in future, at least, right? Planning. How many of you love astrology, astronomy, related subjects? How the Taraka Vidya Dasa Katin? Astrological science?
I love that.
You like, okay. Then oh, there are three. Okay, good. Very good. So it's an interesting subject that you can study. Right? Then okay, you know the planets and stars. How to distinguish planets from stars? Very small thing. How to distinguish planets from the stars? Over there?
Just from our naked eye in the real.
No, in naked eye.
Planets are emitting.
Planets glow.
Planets are not emitting light, but stars are emitting lights.
Yeah, stars are luminous, but planets are non-luminous. So that is the making non-luminous means not emitting their own light. But then the stars, they emit their own light. That's the difference. Okay, that's what okay. Then transmission of light to the objects. Some objects are basically capable of sending light through the object. Example, glass. So light will transmit through glass. Glass are light again. But there are like semi transmittable, like it's not fully transmitting the light. So there are like half away transmitting objects too. And there are opaque, like there are objects which are not really transmitting lights. So can you give any examples for transparent or the objects which can transmit light fully? Can you give me examples? Yes? Fully transmitting light. Oh, certain amount of light is transmitted without, like certain considerable percentage of light is transmitted.
Clear polythene.
Sorry? Yeah, polythene.
Clear
polythene can be taken. Then clear water can be taken, but water is not.
Glasses?
Sorry? Glasses, yeah. Okay, let's see how this happens. But when it transmit the light, there are like some changes to these light rays, right? So here you can see this experiment. This is the observed object, and here is you are looking through this hole. When you put a metal sheet, you will not be able to see the candle. When you put an oil paper, you will see the light, but not the candle. Decorative glass, again, you will see the light, but not the candle. Wooden sheet, you will not see the light or candle both. A piece of glass, yes, you will see the light and candle both. Some are allowing light to pass through. Some are allowing light to pass through, but not fully. That is why the preview is not really clear. Some are not allowing light to pass through. Example, metal sheet, then wooden sheet will not allow light to pass. So we need both objects, right? We need both objects. And also another thing, when light is passed through the object, so there can be bending of this light. That is called refraction. So how this happens? How the bending happens? Like you can observe this. So I make observe කරන්න. කකුල් දෙක දාගෙන හිටියොත් වතුරේ. කකුල් දෙක වතුරට දාගෙන හිටියොත් ඔයාලට පේනවා වතුර යට තියෙන කකුල් දෙක නිකන් ඇද වෙලා වගේ පේනවා. කැඩිලා වගේ පේනවා. That means when light falling into some other media, other than the originated media, right? There can be kind of a refraction or bending. So can you tell me the reason for this? Can anybody tell me the reason for this? Yes?
The bending really happening?
Sorry?
Is the bending really happening at the moment?
Yeah, bending really happens.
Because of the light is coming again or going like the erosion or something like that.
Sorry? Repeat it.
The light is going and again coming into with the rectangle or something, a shape like that.
Yeah, light is not just the shape, the material. Think about the material. Okay, I will give you a small one to do a small experiment. So just I will give this side, and you can. So I will keep this for you. Keep this with you. Please do a simple experiment. Please go to the lab there. You can see here prisms and more tools. Just go to intro, prisms, more tools, everything. Try to observe by yourself. Observe by observing, try to identify why light is bending. Okay, I will keep that for you. As a homework. What do you need to do? Please access this URL. I have sent this already. Access this link. This is from Colorado University. Then do some experiments. There are like interactive animations. You can do experiments with them and understand why light is bending. When it is passing through some media, why it is bending. Is there any occurrences where it is not bending? Bend Okay, I invite you to find out these reasons, and I would like to wind up from here. Next day, when you come to the class, find the reason why the light is bending when it is moving through another media. So when you go to this lab or the setup or prisms, you can see you have different things, and here you can see it's bending. It's bending. Because of the bending feature, the rainbow is even created. So why light is bending? I will keep that for you. Please try to understand. And it is not bending in some cases. Here, if it is here, it's not bending, but when you change the angle, it starts bending. If the ray is perpendicular, it's not bending. So find out the reason by doing this. I will discuss this part next week. Then prepare.
Good night, sir.
Good